what's up? Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we talk about awesome books, where we help kids fall in love with reading. If you are new, please consider subscribing. Would mean the world to me. I'm so excited. I am going today be telling you about 10 picture books that I read my 5th graders during the month of December. And I'm feeling pretty excited because I am got a new haircut, got some new glasses. Just a few hours until winter break. Let's go. Here we go. 10 books. Let's get started. Love in the Library, one of the most beautiful nonfiction, I would call it nonfiction, picture books of 2022. It's a story of these two people who are about to fall in love in the library in a internment camp during World War II in America. And I read this to my kids. They had so little knowledge of these internment camps. So we were able to talk about that. I have a lot of kids who are really, really, really interested in the Holocaust and World War II. And during that time period, this is something that they weren't really familiar with. So that was cool, and it was to share with them. And it was also cool for them to see the power of books and libraries, and how they bring us all together, even in love sometimes. Book number 2, I Don't Care. So Julie obviously is an amazing picture book writer. And look at this, we have 2 Caldecott honor-winning authors created the art together, which doesn't even seem possible to me. It doesn't. But this book is beautiful. It's all about friendship and what it really means, like what we should really care about when it comes to friendship. I think it's brilliant. It's beautiful. And then you have to read these illustrator notes here so you can learn a little bit about how the art was created together, which is especially wild during a global pandemic. Which is, and people moving across the country. So it started, they lived right next to each other. You have just read the author's note. It's so interesting. I Don't Care. Don't miss it. It came out late in the year, but it's an awesome 2022 picture book. Blips on the screen. I've been talking about this book all year. One of my favorite nonfiction biographies, the story of Ralph Baer, who invented the TV console video game. So interesting. Kids are fascinated by it. Zechariah's art is beautiful. Kate, great story. Kate Hannigan. Love this book. It's awesome. And so many kids love video games. They're just so interested. It's such an easy sell with kids. Blips on the screen. Next up, another late in the year published picture book, Pip and Zip. I think I have another book by Alana K. Arnold that I read this month. This one is illustrated by Doug Salati, who also illustrated and wrote the book Hot Dog, which is on a lot of Caldecott list. I think I read that last month. I think it was last month's video. But it's a story of this family during the early stages of the global pandemic. They're going for a walk, right? Can't do much. And they find a couple of eggs from ducks that have fallen into the river, that are in the grass. And come to find out, you can put them in an incubator. That's what they do, and try to save these ducks. And based on the picture, you can probably guess what happens. Really fun. And my kids were at the end of 2nd grade, my 5th graders, when all that stuff was going down. So I wouldn't say it was fun to revisit it, but it was cool to read that story. Next up, this is going to be one of the most popular, one of the most talked about, one of the most important picture books of 2022. Vashti Harrison wrote a book called Big. It's about a young girl who is awesome and amazing and so cool, but she is made to feel like there is something wrong with her because some people consider her to be big. I love this book. I think it's important. I think everyone should read this book. I think everyone should have an opportunity to discuss this book, from our littlest littles to our much older readers. This one is important. I love so much that it's not about that she needs to get smaller. That's not the message we're trying to get. I love how she loves who she is. She just doesn't love how other people treat her. Brilliant book. So good. Best books. One of the best books of 2023. And another wonderful 2023 book, Whale Fall, Exploring an Ocean Ecosystem. I love this book. I'm so fascinated by the fact that whales die. I knew that, but I never thought what happens to these giant creatures after they die on the ocean floor. Well, now I know, and it's wild. It is I don't know, I can't remember, a 70-year process or 40. It's for a long time. Their bodies contribute to the ecosystem on the ocean floor. Absolutely fascinating. I will put a list of all the titles of books, and I'll put a link to Bookalicious if you want to purchase any of these books. And there's a coupon code that you can get 20% off, my affiliate code, if you're interested. But if you just need a list of the books, I'll be sure to put them in the description of this video. And if I forgot, someone leave a comment and I'll add it. I probably will remember. Next up is Alana K. Arnold, who wrote Zip and Pip. She also wrote An Ordinary Day. I love this book. It's 2 stories of one house, what's going on in one house and what's going on in the house next door. As one family, a life is entering the world, a child is being born, and the other family, they're saying goodbye to their beloved dog. It's a beautiful book. A little teary. Got a little teary in here. It's a beautiful book. It's a powerful book. I don't think I read it last year. Sometimes we make mistakes. All right, next up for Nobel Prize Day, it was like December 10th. So we read, of course, Nobel Prize winning human, Albert Einstein. Read this one. A lot of stuff out there on Albert Einstein. This is my favorite, On a Beam of Light. This is a brilliant book. Kids are fascinated by his childhood, how he was a late talker, and he's just such a unique and amazing and unforgettable person. They had obviously heard the name, but they didn't really know anything about Albert Einstein. Now they do. All right, we have 2 more. The Floating Field. You've probably seen, or maybe seen, there's like a YouTube video of this story. Now there's also a picture book. So we read this picture book about these Thai boys and how they created a football pitch on their like floating community in the ocean. It's just brilliant. It's so good. And then we watched the YouTube video afterwards. Next up, Steve Jenkins, Robin Page, husband and wife team with the Bird Book. Steve Jenkins is one of my favorite illustrators ever. And he passed away last year. He was either last school year. I'll say he passed away last school year. And I thought maybe we wouldn't get any more Steve Jenkins books, which is really sad. But now we have one. So I'm not sure if this is his last book, but I'm guessing it's one of his last books. Another wonderful addition to the nonfiction portion in our library. I hope you found something awesome in this video to read to your kids in January or February or any time during the year. All these books would work wonderfully throughout the school year. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. It means the world to me. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.